Welcome back to Midday. We're visiting now with Christopher Seguin, who's the VP of Investment up at TRU. Welcome.
Thank you.
You have been a busy man.
I think all of Kamloops has been very busy over the last
That's true, and aren't we so proud of Kamloops right now?
Yes, the way the community has rallied together has been absolutely awe-inspiring.
Yes, absolutely. And it kind of started at TRU for a lot of us. That's when we realized we could get involved and how we could get involved. Tell us a little bit of what's been going on up there.
Well, as soon as evacuees started coming to Kamloops, they began in Mac Park for a day. And Mac Park hosted the registration, and TRU opened up some shelter. And as it progressed, we had some learnings, and we opened up a registration center at TRU, expanded the shelter, and that's when kind of a lot of the evacuees hit us.
Yeah.
And now we're transitioning into the registration site at the Sandman, which is absolutely huge and perfect for that. So it's been a very, very busy week.
It absolutely has, and your staff has been incredible, has stepped right up, gotten right on board. It's hard to get messages out during a time of crisis, and it changes moment to moment, but you guys have been doing a great job of keeping people up to date.
Yeah. People need to realize that with limited resources at your capacity and information changing, fires changing, in minutes, a situation can change. And the TNRD have been doing a wonderful job at doing their very best at keeping it from minute to minute. And I have to give props to, like you're seeing images from TRU, Alan Shaver opened our doors and put a ton of resources behind our ability to welcome people. And Stacey Yurkinen, who's our safety coordinator, moved people around and made it possible. And there's just hundreds of people now on the ground volunteering or staff time, not just at TRU, but the entire city working incredibly hard.
If people do want to continue to help, which they do, we're hearing from people all the time, what can I do? As far as TRU is concerned, what help is needed there right now?
At TRU, we're good. We're now the shelter center in our residence, so we're hosting people in our rooms and residence, and we are now the center for firefighters. So firefighters are coming in and out of our campus, resting, being fed, being deployed. It's amazing to see so many young people kind of coming in covered in ash and leaving kind of refreshed. But TRU is fine. Now we need to focus at the center down at the Sandman. We need to focus in all the other groups helping, like PAWS, United Way, which is going to come in after. But more importantly, we need to give some thought on the long-term recovery.
Absolutely.
And start uniting and thinking about how we're going to physically rebuild these communities.
And remembering that just because the crisis is over doesn't mean the problems are all solved. People are going to need help for months and probably years to come.
We're looking at a 5-year window. So between the physical rebuild, the economic rebuild that needs to happen, the social rebuild, this will be a challenge that we'll see long-term problems. And the smoke will clear and the evacuees will leave, but we have to get to work then.
Yes, and I thought even today as we saw that smoke lift a little bit, I mean, everyone feels a little bit better about the situation, but it's so important to remember that just because we can't see those signs doesn't mean that the problem has ended.
And that's way is reach out to United Way and the TNRD and get on those lists for long-term recovery, because everyone feels there's an emergency, I want to be a part of it. But it's not about us. It's about them, and they will need help in the future. And it's really glamorous to be welcoming evacuees and giving them hugs and stuff. It's not glamorous cleaning fridges and handing out toiletries on the ground.
Or repainting a room or scrubbing fire retardant off the walls, all of those things, but they're just as important.
Absolutely. So what we're saying is, you know, we've all done our part here and we will continue to do so. Move towards the future and look there.
Okay, great. Big shout out to the TRU staff who has shown up in droves, and the faculty has been right in there. We're always proud of TRU. We're always, it's a diamond in our community, but to see that immediate step up was inspiring for many of us.
And yesterday we made the difficult call to cancel the marathon. And that was heartbreaking.
I was registered for that. I know. And we were all kind of waiting to see, but it was a hard call, but the right call.
And on Sunday morning, we're hosting the pancake breakfast that would have happened after the marathon. All our sponsors have stepped up to make that continue. So we're hosting the evacuees and all the people who have volunteered, are hosting families, have walked a dog, bring yourself and your family, have a pancake breakfast. There's face painters. Wolfie will be on
It's
site.
going to be a blast.
Mac Park, Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who was planning on running the marathon, but are just finding out that it was canceled, you've probably heard by now through email or social media. But you guys did something really cool by offering that people could transfer their registration as a donation to the situation right now, the wildfires.
3 options. They can roll their registration with no additional cost and instantly be registered for next year.
Yes.
They can have a full refund, or they can make that donation. It's a tax-deductible donation, and we'll invest it in the Fire Recovery Fund.
Great. So if people would like to do that, where do they visit you guys online?
They'll actually have an option directly given to them. So
Okay.
if they're registered, they'll have that option if they don't have it already.
Great. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything you guys are doing and continue to do. We're excited to work with you in the years to come. We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.